this video, I'm going to be revealing how you can make a fortune in buy-to-let property investing. Hi everyone, I'm Katy Wilson.
And I'm George Scott.
And we are property investors. The Progressive Property YouTube channel is all about learning how to make great money in property with any of the amazing property strategies that are out there. So today we are in Nottingham outside one of my buy-to-let properties. This was one of the best deals I ever did.
So what we're going to be showing you today is how you can build your property portfolio from zero and make a fortune in the process.
So before we take you inside and show you around this property today,
make sure you like, subscribe and hit that notification bell.
So this is my wonderful house, one of my best ever deals that I ever did. This is the living room. Take a look around. There's not much here at the moment. This house is empty, but this house is on the market at the moment for $675 a month. So this house was really, really run down. So anyone that's been on the deal packaging training will have seen this house in its original condition. The lady who left this house, she left all of her belongings. So the house was full to the brim of stuff. So we had to empty it out and start from scratch with the refurb. So this house has had a full refurb. So this is the kitchen. Let me show you the kitchen. And all we tend to do is put your typical sink, hob, oven and extractor fan in a kitchen. We don't tend to put any white goods in, purely because then if the white goods fail, then the tenant is liable to replace those items themselves and it creates less cost for us as a landlord.
So Katy, having done your course, I know what you paid for this kitchen.
We actually paid £980 for this entire kitchen. So everything that you see is within that £980. So that's your units, that's your hob, that's your oven, extractor fan, sink, waste, all of that is included in that price. So that's a really, really good price. It's all about knowing where you can get great quality materials at the right price. So we'll go upstairs now. I really love this landing because it's got a really big window, lets loads of light in. We've left the original cupboards because I think they make nice part of the character of the house, but basically we've just whitewashed the walls. We haven't taken the paper off. If you take the wallpaper off, you don't know what might be under it. So it could cause you the fact that you need to replaster the whole house. We don't need to do that. It looks absolutely fine and fresh by just painting it. So that's all we've done. This is the smallest bedroom. It is tiny, but suitable for a young family if they've got toddlers or babies. We never have a problem renting this house out. It goes on the market and it's off within 24 to 48 hours. We've actually got people viewing this property today.
So what I wanted to show you in here was, Katy's mantra is we don't use electric showers. A, they're costly, B, they have a tendency to break. So all we'll ever do is run a shower head from the back of the bath tap and then hang it up high. Simple.
So this is the second bedroom, still a really good size. It's a double bedroom, it's really light and airy. As you can see, general uniform approach with all of our houses. Whitewash the walls, replacement carpets, nice grey carpets. And actually another tip is we use the same paint in every single house. So if we just need to touch up a part of the wall, we know the paint will match. Before I give you the numbers on this deal,
download the free report that we put into the comments and into the description. So
the numbers on this house are insane. I bought this house a couple of years ago now for £70,000. We spent £18,000 on the refurb and I've just refinanced it for £135,000, which means that as of today, completion day, on the refinance, I'm going to get £101,250 in my bank account, which means that this property has paid me over £13,000 just to buy it.
Phenomenal deal. How do you feel about that?
Pretty amazing. They say that you can't get all of your money out, and I completely disagree with that. If you know how to do it, you can make really, really big money in buy-to-let, buy, refurbish, refinance. And this is the secret to how you can build a vast property portfolio. So let me tell you about how buy, refurbish, refinance actually works. So the key, the golden nugget, is the price that you buy at. You need to buy below market value with a view that you're going to then add value. And then once you've added the value, you then refinance that property. So you then get a mortgage on the property for 75% usually, loan to value based on the market value for the new value that you've created in the property. And therefore pull much more of your money out than just simply buying a property and renting it out.
People tell me all the time that below market value does not exist. What's your thoughts on that, Katy?
I think that's a load of bollocks. People say you can't find below market value, it doesn't exist, and you can't do it in this climate. But we absolutely can, because we do it consistently as deal packages. George, how many deals have we done in the last few months?
In the last 3 months, 8 heavily below market value deals achieved in the last 3 months. Okay, so we've created you this in-depth report that you have got access to in the comments and in the description. How to create sustainable wealth through buy-to-let. You want to get your eyes on this. We don't have time to cover all of it now. Make sure you click in the comments and download your free copy. But let's just cover some of the highlights now. So Katie, how are you funding these deals?
Well, there's lots of different ways that you can fund deals. You can go out and get a mortgage, in which case, if you do that, typical lending is 75% loan to value, so you're going to need a 25% deposit. You could learn how to raise finance from investors, so private finance, to be able to fund the deal, maybe pay for it cash and then refinance it. You could bridge to buy to let, which is a fantastic strategy to actually massively reduce the amount you need in to be able to get into the property so that you can then refinance and pull some more money out as well.
What other strategies exist? There's obviously not only just buy to let, right?
Correct. So there are so many different property strategies that you can choose to make money out of property. For example, there's buy to let, but there's also rent to rent, service to accommodation, no money down, commercial conversions. And all of these strategies are fantastic, and some of them work better in some areas of the UK than others. That's why you need to get educated to make sure you're making the right decision on your strategy for your area. Working with estate agents. George, how do you work with estate agents?
I think the ability to work with estate agents is absolutely crucial to everybody starting out in property and probably continuing forward. They have got access to a ton of stock, far more than what we can ever achieve. And if you want to start looking at property on a large scale, you're going to have to look at digital marketing campaigns, big spend. They're on your high street. They're a free resource. It's not a case of going in and telling the estate agent exactly what it is you want. It's working out how you can help them whilst helping you to grow your own portfolio.
So what I do work with estate agents, but what I do is I try to target the valuers. That's my golden nugget. Working with valuers, they're the first person to come out to the property, they meet the vendor, they know the motivation. If you work with them on a regular basis, you can save them a lot of time, admin and hassle. They know that you're good for it, that you're going to follow through on the deal, and we get a lot of off-market properties and deals that way. So the key to be able to do buy, refurbish, refinance is buying at the right price. And in order to buy at the right price, you need a motivated seller. Now, when I say motivated, there's different levels of motivation. And the more motivated your seller, the better the chance of you doing a deal. Now, people say to me, oh, I'm not sure that I like the thought of that, Kate. And the reality is, if you have all the tools in your toolbox, you can actually help people in desperate situations. So for example, I did a deal with a lady who was in financial difficulty. She'd not paid a mortgage. The house was going to get repossessed. And I did a deal with her where I paid her more than what she owed on the house, gave her cash in her bank, and helped her to move into a more suitable house for her needs. She didn't get repossessed, so she managed to sell the house, not be repossessed, stay entitled to her benefits, and have cash in her bank, as well as move out into a more suitable home.
So Katie, how are you managing tenants, managing voids?
So actually, I've completely outsourced all of my management. So I have a letting agent that manages all of my properties for me. But in order to keep voids down, you need to be buying in the right place, you need to be buying the right houses, and you need to refurbish them to the right standard. We don't want to be making them into palaces, and we don't want to be running dungeons either. We want to make sure that we're running safe, efficient, clean-cut houses, a nice home for our tenants to make their home. That's exactly how you avoid voids.
So with that then, do you self-manage or do you outsource to lettings agents?
So when I first started, I wanted to save every penny and run my business efficiently, so I self-managed, and I learned a lot from doing that. But actually, now I've built quite a substantial portfolio. I've completely outsourced all of the management and the tenant finding to a letting agent.
Okay, so say I'm just starting from ground zero now. Do I buy in a limited company or do I buy in my own name?
So the answer is it depends. It's not a straightforward answer, and it's different for every single person depending on your personal circumstances. So the official answer is you need to speak to an accountant or a tax advisor on this. It is probably more efficient to run your portfolio from a limited company because you can then offset the interest on the mortgages, and therefore more money in your pocket at the end of the day.
So in terms of detail, we've just scratched the surface here. Honestly, this report is in so much detail, so much depth, such valuable content within there. Get yourself on there. The link for this is in the comments. Click on that link and download the report for yourself. Look at all this. If you've enjoyed this video,
then make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I've been Katy Wilson.
I've been George Scott.
And we'll see you in the next video.